Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Big Sack Lunch here, and I'm finally back with another PSA reveal. It's not going to be a very big one. This is the vintage special all the way back from June. I took one card, it was one of my first submissions, and I took one card out right before I sent it and didn't know that would cause such a fuss that getting that information relayed to them would cost like an extra month and a half on the grading time. So caution anybody, make sure all your stuff's in order and you don't have any kind of mistakes like that. Or if you're getting like an auto graded or not graded, you specify in your comments. Otherwise, it turns into a problem order and it gets delayed by a really long time. All right, I did accept some offers on this. I'll go through the ones that I got back first, and then I'll open my tablet and show you what I accepted offers on. First up, we got, overall it was 17 cards total. I think we have like 11 here, and then one card they didn't grade because it's a factory miscut error. So I was told to send it to SGC when I want to get it graded. And then I do have like all the values and stuff written down. All right, so first up, we got 1987 Fernando Valenzuela All-Star. To me, this looked pretty good. I had put it on a 9 and some small shot at an 8, but it was one of my first older cards, so there was going to be a lot of learning with this order. We got a 7, so they estimate total. I'm in that for $22. They estimate about $8, so a $16 loss on that one. I wasn't trying to profit big on this order. I just sent some cards in because it was a vintage special, and I was just getting back into the hobby. We got the 83 Topps Terry Bradshaw sticker insert. This is pretty off-center, a little bit of corner issues, so I figured it'd probably get like an 8, possibly a 7, and it did get a 7. So that one, we were in for 19 total, probably about $12 on the EV, so profit loss of $9. Next up, we got George Brett on the 1980 Topps. Centering looked really good on this, really sharp. A little bit of corner issues, so I figured possibly an 8. Small shot at a 9, small shot at a 7. And we did get the 8. And this one was $21 total we were in for with an EV of 24. I already sold it for 24. So we made $1 on that one. All right, next up we got the 89 Topps traded Barry Sanders. This is for my PC basically either way. Centering was a little off. I didn't see too much else wrong with it, so I thought it might get an 8. And it did get an 8. They offered like $20 on it, but like I said, it's for PC. Next up, we got the 64 Beatles B&W Paul McCartney first series. I have a few of these I picked up. They were really cheap. This one probably looked the best out of what I had, so I wanted to see what a card like this would come back grade-wise to give me an idea, because like this was one of my first orders I sent. We got a 5 on it. So we're in for $19 on that. It's got an estimated of $15 to $20 value, so we'll probably lose $5 on that one. Next up, we got the 79 Topps home run leaders, Jim Rice and George Foster. Centering looked okay on this one. It did have a little bit of dirty edges and corners, so I was thinking maybe it would get like an 8, and it got a 7. This one We're in for 20 bucks. It's probably worth 20 bucks, so we'll probably lose $2 on it. Next up, 2 of the 89 Scoreberry Sanders were in this order. One of them is going to my PC. One of them came from my PC. I think this was the one I purchased. It looked decent. I was hoping it had an outside shot at a 9, but it would probably get an 8. It did get the 8. They offered like high 50s, about 60 for this, but this one I'm going to keep for the PC. Otherwise, it would be worth about a few. I'd be breaking even on it, basically. Next up, we got Jairzinho from the 74 Geo Bassett & Co. World Cup Stars. Centering was slightly off, but otherwise it looked pretty good overall, so I was hoping that it would get a 9. It got an 8. This one, $20 to $25 estimated value. I was in for 20, so we might make like $4 or $5 off of it. This one's pretty sweet. So we got 84 editorial MAGA Jabba the Hutt Super Exito stickers. Not a lot of these graded. Star Wars super popular amongst fans. This one looked really good overall to me. The centering was slightly off, but edges and corners and everything looked pretty good. We got a 9 on it, so there's only one other 9 that's been graded. Talking to a friend who's been doing it for a long time, probably gonna ask between anywhere from like $100 to $200, and I bought this for like $1 something. So estimated value on that is going to be $100 to $200 with a profit of anywhere from 70 to 170. I'm just going to put out a high price and see what offers come in. And then we have 1979 Pop Builder Elvis Costello. I thought this copy looked pretty good overall. Corners had a little bit of wear, but I think I missed a crease on the back because it got a 4. So, and then that corner, but I'll have to take a look because I'm sure I must have missed a crease. So on that one, we got, I was in for 19, it's 15 to 20, so probably lose a couple dollars. And last of what I have here, pretty cool. I wanted to see what card like this would grade as well. This is Lassie from the 1962 Blandit Star Builder series. Thought the centering wasn't that bad. The front looked pretty clean. The back did have some, because they come from tobacco packs, so it kind of had that little bit of tobacco staining, but not really bad. I thought this might get like a 5, possibly a 6, possibly a 4. It did get a 5. So looking at other comparable stuff, I'm thinking this could be anywhere from $45 to $60, and I'm in it for 19, so it should be a profit of anywhere from $20 to $35. And then let me open my tablet and I'll show what I took offers on. So we have the other Barry Sanders score came out a 7, and they offered the same amount as the 8, surprisingly. So I took high 50s for that one. For a profit, that one was from my collection, so that was a profit of $36. Then the Jordan hoops, I got 9s. I was in them for $19. I got $26 for $7 profit each. And then the 84 star Gatorade Julius Erving came out of 5. They offered me almost 60. It was a couple dollars profit from what I paid for it and grade it overall. I figured it'd be easier to move it just to get rid of it. And then the other Jordan, I was going to keep one, but I could grade and get more of those anytime. And then the offer went up to like 27, 28. So I made like $8 or $9 on that one. The 73 Tops Julius Erving was pretty beat up, so it got a 4, and they offered me 50, low 50s, which was pretty much a couple dollars profit. So I took that, and that was it for the offers that I accepted. So overall, total cost with cards and grading was $391. The estimated value is $589, but when we took all the what we'll lose and what we'll gain off them, our overall profit ended up being $162 to $170. So really not that bad. It really depends on what this ends up selling for, and then lose $20 or $40 or whatever off of the berries that are going to go into my PC. I have 4 orders in assembly. I just sent them another complaint with an automated response that there's no problems and it's on its way. So hopefully sometime in the next week I'll get at least two grading reveals, because they are getting really close to their estimated time finishing, even though that's not a guarantee. I haven't had one that's like passed it or gone farther than it, besides this one, because, which they say isn't, but it got delayed so much for sending one card less that ended up being that way. But yeah, I have some more of those coming up, so I'm excited for that and excited for the cards that I have in there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for any likes and subscriptions, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day wherever you're at.